All right. Welcome, guys. I sure hope this is working. Okay, wait, let me make the screen larger, see if I can do that. Um, yeah. Okay. I have spent I don't know, 2.5 hours trying to see what I needed to do in order to get from my laptop back on live streaming. And I think I've done it. Facebook made it a lot more challenging than I think it needed to be. So I think we're on and we're good. If you're watching and I need to change anything, can you just give me a thumbs up or a wave or something that lets me know that the feed is maybe not so good or I should change something. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that it's working. I had to download a whole separate thing. It's right. My, again, technologically savviness runs very thin. So, welcome, guys. Happy Friday. It's very strange because there's a lag. So I'm talking to, myself and 30 minutes or 30 seconds ago. So that's really cool. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully we can yoga together, if nothing else. That is the intention. We're going to move a little bit more today in more traditional yoga postures, if you will. I don't know the word traditional. I'm not quite sure about that. But it's going to look a little bit more like yoga than it is mobility. But we're just asking our joints to be strong and long and to have range of motion within them. So that's what we're going to focus on. So today, let's go ahead and start in child's pose. You're going to take your knees out wide. Your toes are going to come to touch. And you'll reach your hands forward and just try to find a comfortable pose. So hips reaching back, crown of the forehead reaching, or your forehead reaching toward the mat. Sending your hips back toward your heels. And then just coming into your breath. Notice your inhale. Notice your exhale. Just allow your breath to continue to melt you a little deeper into this posture. Take one more exhale. Finishing your exhale, come on up to a tabletop pose, and we're going to go through a couple of cat-cows here. So as you inhale, release your rib cage toward the mat, lifting your tailbone, letting your head and your heart pull through. Nice big inhale, and as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, rounding, pushing the mat away. Chin comes to chest. And then inhale, release back into your cow. See if you can notice that your shoulders go along for the ride as well. So the middle of your shoulder blades are coming together as you come into cow. And then they're really pressing apart as you come through cat. That's protraction of the shoulder blades. And then as you come through cow, see if you can sneak your shoulder blades close together for retraction of the shoulder blades. And exhale through cat. And moving through those shapes just a couple more times. Notice the extension of your spine through cow and your flexion of your spine through cat. Coming back to a neutral spine when you're ready, we're going to thread the needle. So as you inhale, let your right arm come up toward the ceiling, gazing toward your hand. As you exhale, slide it through. Taking your shoulder to the ground, lift your left elbow toward the ceiling and start to walk your fingertips to the right side of your mat. So feeling a nice twist to the spine. Depending on how much work you've already done this morning, you might really feel this if you're just kind of waking up and just moving into your body. Pay attention, allow your breath to find depth in this shape. One more breath. Finish your exhale, slowly untwist the spine. Right arm will inhale back up, and then come to the other side. You'll inhale left arm high, and then exhale, swing it through. Letting your shoulder come to the ground, come onto your fingertips on your right hand, walk your right fingers toward the left side of the mat, lifting your right elbow. Maybe paying attention to any difference between sides. So sides can sometimes talk to you a little differently. One more breath. Finishing your exhale, untwist slowly as you inhale your arm back high and coming back down. All right, we're going to do a couple of wrist moves here. So I'm going to turn and face you. I think that might be the easiest way for you to see. So with yourself in a tabletop position, okay, lower belly is actively lifting and your spine is as straight as you can make it. You're going to begin to push into your fingertips and lift all the way up, lifting your palms off of the mat and coming up to your fingertips, having straight fingers as well. So pushing down into the mat with the fingers that are on the ground, and then on your exhale, releasing back, trying not to bend at your knuckles, and coming all the way back down to your palms on the mat. So let's do that again. You're going to push into the mat through your fingers, through the fingertips, lifting all the way up, and then releasing back, trying not to let your knuckles bend here as you press all the way back into the mat. Make sure that your wrists are really pushing down. Let's do that a couple more times. So push and lift, keep your rib cage knit in together, lower belly is lifting, full arm, hand coming straight up, and then slowly lower it back down. Two more. Push up. Really push active into fingertips into the mat, and then push right back down. Last one. Push, 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 and then right back down. Good. We're going to flip to the other side now. For me, I need to slide my knees a little closer to where my fingertips will be for this one. So from the side view, I'm just a little bit closer. I'm not out in tabletop position, okay? So fingertips are going to face the knees. Lower belly is still actively lifting. You're going to do the same exact version, but with your hands flipped. So palms up, fingertips to your knees. Keep your hands as straight as you can as you push into your fingernails to lift your whole hand up off of the mat. And then you're going to slowly push your wrists forward, keeping your hands as straight as you can. So what I mean is we're just not flexing at our knuckles here, okay? So you're trying to keep your hands straight. Here we go. Push back into the backs of your fingers, into your fingernails to lift, lift, lift all the way up to your tip or your fingertips, and then push your wrists forward. Keep energy into the mat, okay? Come all the way back down. Let's do 3 more. Push, push, push. And then push the wrists forward to release. 2 more. Push, push, push. And release, working the flexors and extensors of your forearm and of your wrist. Push, push, push. and release, pushing your wrists forward to come all the way back down. Go ahead and shake your hands out when you're done with that. Hopefully that made sense on your body. Grab onto your wrist, push your hand away. Grab onto your opposite wrist, push and straighten the arm. Shake the wrists out. That really translates for me very quickly, so I start to feel it quite a bit. Okay, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So place your hands a little bit far ahead of your shoulders, flip your toes, lift your hips up. Coming into your down dog. Find some movement here. Seems like my calves are a little bit talking to me this morning, so I'm going to press one heel to the ground at a time. Trying to let my hips kind of rock side to side. Maybe some deep knee bends, staying open and extended through the shoulders. Come to stillness for 3 breaths. Notice if I let my rib cage go and I kind of open my through my rib cage, that's not the shape we're actually looking for in down dog. You want to feel like the edges of your rib cage are squeezing toward each other and hugging back as much as you can, lengthening through the tailbone, opening through the shoulders as much as possible. So we don't want to come into overextension too much, where there's just no need for it. We want to keep our joints mobile and strong and not going into that overextended spot. All right, finishing your exhale, you're going to gaze forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands for your forward fold. Keep your feet about hip width apart here, and then let the weight of your upper body just hang down. Any movement you want to do, swaying side to side, shaking out your head. Again, I like a good deep knee bend. Keeping your breath happening. Stay for one more exhale. Finish your exhale, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, half lift, long spine, lengthen and strong. Exhale, forward fold. And root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. From here, you're going to grab onto your left wrist. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, push your hips to the left. Arms are going to sway to the right, lengthening your left side body. If you take my class a good bit, you'll notice that I do this shape a good bit. It is not something that we do often in our life, and so it's a very good, in my opinion, it's a necessary shape to take our bodies through often. Stay for one more exhale. Take an inhale to release and lift back through center. Grab onto your right wrist. Press your hips to the right. Arms are going to reach to the left. So I'm reaching and using my left hand on my right wrist to lengthen as my hips reach to the right. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Inhale, lifts back up. This time, interlace your fingers. First fingers are going to point up. Press your hips forward to the front side of your toes. Keep lifting through your heart center as you lift up and look back. Just getting a little extension to your spine. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Release on an inhale. Soften your knees. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Step back to plank pose. Tuck your tailbone, root it toward your heels. Knit your rib cage together, push the ground away. We're going to lower all the way down, so you might choose to stay on your toes. You might slide down to your knees. Elbows are going to point straight back as you lower all the way down, using your core to get there. Let the tops of your feet touch the ground, so release your toes. Hands are going to stay underneath your shoulders. We talked about protraction and retraction. There's also elevation and depression of your shoulders. So I'm going to face you. Elevation is when you lift your shoulders up. Depression is when you press your shoulders back down. So as we lift up into Cobra, Bhujangasana, I want you to think about depressing your shoulders down, Tips of the shoulder blades slide into your back pockets as you lift your head and your heart. Keep your hands rooting into the ground, but you're not using them so much. Feel like your shoulder blades are sliding into your back pockets. Pull your chin back slightly. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, slowly release. Take an inhale. Push back through child's pose on your exhale. Knees will slide out wide, toes to touch. Full breath. Finishing your exhale, inhale back up to tabletop and exhale to downward facing. We'll do that a couple of times. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Finish your exhale, look forward, step or float, feet to meet hands. Inhale to halfway lengthen, long spine. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. And exhale, forward fold. Moving on your breath. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Step back to plank pose. Again, toes or knees. You're going to lower all the way down. Feel your core squeezing in together. Feel your shoulders depressing away from your ears. Slowly lower all the way down. Release your toes. Take an inhale. Lengthen your spine. As you exhale, shoulders come up and back to lift up into your cobra pose. Keep lifting your lower belly. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Stay for one more full breath. On your next exhale, push back into child's pose. Knees out wide, toes to touch. Take an inhale up into tabletop. Again, exhale, down dog. Finishing your exhale, look forward, step or float, feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up. One more time as you exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, melting over your legs. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Step back to plank pose. Again, slow lower down. Challenge how slow you can make it. Squeeze and knit your ribcage together. Again, use your knees to help you feel really strong. Slowly lowering back down. Releasing the tops of your feet into the ground. Take your shoulders up and back as you inhale up into Bhujangasana. Keep active through your inner thighs. Hold this pose. Try to lift your hands up off of the mat. Reach your hands back toward your legs, your extended legs. Keep squeezing your lower core up off the ground. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, release your hands back under your shoulders on your inhale. Push back into child's pose on your exhale. Full breath. Inhale brings you up to tabletop. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. We'll move on after we work our way up to the top of the mat. We're going to take it nice and slow so you can get an idea of how the flow is going to feel, and then we'll give you a lot of varieties and things that you can change within the flow. Finish your exhale. Look forward, step or hop, feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. Hands going to come through heart center, Samastihiti. Take a moment. We're going to start by moving into Utkatasana chair pose, okay? So, with hands at heart center, take an inhale to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, sit back into your chair pose. Keeping your hands here at your heart center. Thumbs right in the middle. Reaching through your tailbone. Tailbone is rooting down toward your heels. Notice how you can kind of tuck your tailbone under just slightly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right elbow to the outside of your left knee. So kind of coming into an Utkatasana twist. You can also use your right forearm to the knee if you need to be up a little higher, by all means. Do what serves your body best. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale. You'll gaze back to the ground as you inhale, hands back to heart center. Come up to Ekapada, right knee is going to lift. I'm going to face you so that you can kind of see what's happening a little bit more. So Ekapada Tadasana, right leg up. You're going to tuck the tailbone under, push the tailbone toward your standing leg. Standing leg is nice and straight. From here, we're going to take it out to the side, opening, feeling the hip mobility to make this happen. Right knee is going to come open to the side. Keeping your hips as open to the front as you can. Feel your tailbone still rooting toward your standing heel. Feel your rib cage nice and strong and solid. Finish your exhale. Bring your knee back towards center. Lengthen as much as you can, and as you exhale, you're going to let your left elbow point forward as your right elbow points back, coming into a twist. An active twist, so we're not grabbing on for anything. We're just trying to twist our torso around square hips. Strong for one more breath. Finish your exhale. Good, come back through center. You're going to take, sorry, I was turning myself around. We're going to take your knee, your right knee is going to open one more time out to the side. We're going to transition to Warrior 3. So start to lift your heel up behind you as you kick your leg back. Inward rotate of the right femur, your right thigh bone, and lengthen forward into your Warrior 3. Notice your lower belly, again, active and toned. Hands can stay at your heart center here, reaching back for Warrior 3. From here, we're going to take 3 Shiva squats. So on your exhale, let your right knee come to the outside of your left knee, getting nice and low as much as you can. Keep lifting your right foot off the ground. Release back into your Warrior 3. Exhale again, lower down. Lifting your right foot up. Inhale, lift back up to your Warrior 3. One more. Shiva squat down. Lifting back up to your Warrior 3. This time, Shiva squat down, and you're going to come all the way down to a seat. So your right toes will touch the ground. You're going to lower your bum down, and we're in this rotated shape so that we can take spinal twist, seated spinal twist. So your left fingertips are going to face away from your bum. Inhale, right arm high. And as you exhale, let your elbow come to the outside of the knee if that works for your body, or you can grab the knee and pull in, lift up as you gaze back around your left shoulder. Choosing what works best for your body here. One more breath. Finish your exhale, release your gaze forward, unwind the body. All right, so with your sits bones as rooted as possible, you're going to lift your left leg up, lift your lower belly, extend your left leg out to the side, to the left side of your body, and rotate it around coming into pigeon. So your left toes will be on the ground, your left knee is going to face down. Now you might get there and go, I have to adjust a little bit. Totally fine. So adjust your right leg into your pigeon shape. We're going to stay up and lifted first. We'll be here a couple of times, so know that we will fold. From this pigeon pose, you're going to push into your front shin. Keep your back toes tucked under. Push into your front shin to lift your hips up off the ground, and then slow lower back down. Now, if your hips aren't grounded, that's okay. You're just going to lift up a little higher than you are, and then try to release on your exhale back down. So pushing down into the mat to lift, and slow lower back down. Let's do one more. Push down to lift up, and slow lower back down. Try to bring your hands back to heart center. We're going to take the left leg back around to where it was. So without shifting onto your right glute as much as possible, you're going to extend the left leg out to the side, try to keep it up and lifted. Wiggle your right toes toward your left hip and let your left foot come to the outside of your right knee. So we're back in like that spinal twist kind of shape, okay? So now this is the spicy bits, if anything wasn't spicy already. We're going to lift up through Shiva squat. So lower belly needs to pull into the front of your spine to use it, okay? You're really going to use your core to be able to lift back up. So we'll shift forward, push into your left heel, shift forward, lift your right foot up off the ground as soon as you can, extend back into warrior three. Find your warrior three, nail it, and then bend your left leg into crescent lunge, left leg forward. Back knee can be bent in your crescent lunge. Notice a rooting down through your tailbone, whether your leg is extended or it's bent. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to rotate into warrior two. So let your right hip, I'm going to change sides here, let your right hip lift as you rotate your back foot, heel to arch alignment in your warrior two. Strong warrior here. Bending down into it as much as you can, extending through your back leg. Stay for one more breath. We'll take an inhale, reverse your warrior, rotate your top hand, reaching up and back. Staying rooted into your front leg. Finish your exhale, lift up on your inhale. Come to side angle, forearm toward thigh as you come into your side angle. Keep rooting through your back leg. One more breath. Take an inhale back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. I'm going to come back to the top of the mat. Cartwheel your hands down. Come into downward facing dog with your left leg high. Shift forward to plank. Keep your left leg up. Take an inhale, and on your next exhale, squeeze your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend it back into three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Squeeze. Inhale, three-legged plank. Take it all the way to down dog. And then go through your flow, bringing your foot down or keeping it elevated. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, take some breaths. There's a lot going on there. Probably feel a little one-sided. Take one more full breath, finishing your exhale. Look forward, step or float, feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. As you exhale, bend your knees back into Utkatasana chair pose. Rooting down through your tailbone, lifting the lower belly. Take an inhale. This time, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. I'm going to be facing away from you for this. Keep your lower belly lifting and twisting. Remember, you can take your left forearm onto the outside of your right knee if that serves you best. Finish your exhale. Release your gaze back to the ground. Hands come back to heart center. Rotate, and as you rotate, you'll root through your right leg and lift left leg up to Ekapada Tadasana. So trying to get your right leg as straight as you can make it, lifting your kneecap up into your quadricep, letting your tailbone root down toward your standing heel. Finish your exhale. Left knee is going to open out to the side, trying to keep your hips as square to the front as possible. Your left hip is almost tucking under just slightly. Stay for one more exhale. Release your knee back to the center. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, right elbow is going to come to the front, left elbow to the back. Keep lifting up as you rotate. One more exhale. And then inhale back through center. We're going to, one more time, take the left knee out to the side. You'll open it wide. You'll start to kick your left heel behind you as you inwardly rotate your left femur back into warrior three. So you're trying to close your hips off and feel like your left hip crease is reaching down to the ground, right hip crease is reaching to the back of the room. Lengthen your spine. One more breath. On your next exhale, bend into Shiva squat, left knee to the outside of your right knee. Bending down, lift the left foot up off the ground as much as you can. Release back into warrior three. Woo! Missed that transition. Exhale, bend down into Shiva squat again. Inhale, lift. Challenging the depth of your Shiva squat and the control. Again, exhale down. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to exhale down and we'll lower all the way down. So left leg is going to come down. Keep your foot off the ground as long as you can, and then lower to the ground. I'm going to rotate to the other side here. So your right foot is up over your left. Your right fingertips are going to face away from your bum. You'll inhale left arm high, and exhale, come into a spinal twist. So again, elbow to the outside of the right knee, or you can grab and pull. Feeling a nice twist here. You might feel it in your outer right glute. I do. Finish your exhale. Release your gaze. Unwind the body. All right, without shifting as much as possible, hands come back to heart. You're going to lift your right leg up. It's going to extend out to the side. Try to stay up as much as you can with your upper body. Reach your leg all the way behind you, toes facing down, knee facing down. Once you're there and you need to adjust, feel free to adjust your pigeon. So your left knee should be just to the left side of your hip. Back toes down. Now remember, we're not folding down here. We're going to push down to lift up. So with your hands by your side, back toes are still going to stay under. Push into your left shin to lift your body back up off the ground, and then slowly control your way back down. Again, push down to lift up, slow lower back down. Now you can do this without your hands on the ground. If your body is allowing it, push down to lift up, slow lower down. Two more. Push down to lift up. My hip's not quite ready for that yet. Slow lower back down. Last one, push down to lift up. Slow lower back down. Again, hands coming back to your heart center. Now you might need your left hand out to the left side of your mat to make this transition back around work for your body. Totally fine, okay? So lifting up as much as you can. Extend your right leg out to the side. Reach, lift your lower belly as you bring it forward, cross it over your left knee. You might need to use your hands to kind of get yourself situated because we need your right heel grounded as much as you can. Remember, we're coming to a stand, so we're going to lift the lower belly, push, shift your weight forward just as little as possible, lift your left foot as quickly as you can, extend back into your warrior three, lengthening the back of your neck. Feel your hips as square as you can make them be. Soften your right knee as you come into crescent lunge. Again, maybe an extended back leg or a soft back leg. We're tucking the tailbone under no matter what. Staying active through your hip flexor. On your next exhale, transition to warrior two. So your left hip is going to lift. I'm going to rotate again. Left hip is going to externally rotate, root into your left heel to transition into your warrior two. Feel grounded, feel your lower belly active, shoulders down. Finding a strong warrior two. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Top hand reaches up and back. You can reach down your leg or around your outer hip. Finish your exhale. Release back up on your inhale. We're going to come to side angle. Forearm toward your thigh as you shift forward. Lengthening through the left side body. Feel your right inside core really lifting. Use it, let it be active. One more breath. Inhale back up to warrior two. Cartwheel down into your plank pose. Here we go, three-legged down dog. Right leg is going to lift. Shift forward to three-legged plank. Feel your tailbone tucking under as you lift your lower belly. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. And go through your flow, coming into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take some moments to find stillness here in your down dog. Let your breath come back to you. One more exhale. Finish your exhale, look forward, step or float feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up toward your thumbs. And exhale, Samastihiti. Take just a moment here. Close your eyes. Feel connection with your breath. Connect with your body. And the movement that we're about to do, again, this time I'll offer some suggestions if you would like to move through shapes a little different. Please feel free to do exactly what you just did. If that felt better on your body than what I'm going to offer you. All right. Take an inhale, reach up through your fingertips, gaze toward your thumbs. Exhale, come through Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Take a twist. Full breath. As you unwind on your inhale, ground through your left leg. Right leg is going to lift into Ekapada. Now here's a place where you could make some changes. Instead of keeping your knee bent, you might extend your front leg. Now if you extend your front leg and your bottom knee starts to bend, my suggestion is it's not worth it. Okay, bend your knee again and root down through the tailbone. With either a bent knee or an extended leg, we're going to take it out to the side. Trying to feel the control of that movement. Finish your exhale. Bring it back forward. Extended or bent. Lift up on your inhale. Let your left elbow point forward as right elbow points back. Finish your exhale. Releasing your gaze back forward. Take your leg all the way around to warrior three. Your foot, leg extended or your knee bent. Rotating all the way to warrior three. Once you make it to warrior three, make sure you try to close your hips. Right hip crease pointing down, left hip crease reaching back. On your next exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee to the outside of the left. Keep lifting your right foot as much as you can. Release back to warrior three. Two more. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. This time our Shiva squat's going to lower us all the way down. So exhale down, keep lifting and pulling your right heel toward your bum as much as you can. Bend into your left leg. Try to control the landing as much as possible. Left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, elbow to the outside of knee. Feel your twist. One more exhale. Releasing your gaze, unwinding the body. This time your left leg is going to lift up, lift your lower belly. Swing the leg around, controlled though. Out to the side. Left toes pointing down. I got stuck with the hip cramp. Oh yeah, right there. Nice. All right, right knee is out to the side. You're in your pigeon. Use your hands to make sure that your pigeon is set up well. So right knee is just off to the side of your right hip. Back toes are down. If you would like to fold forward in your pigeon this time, by all means, if you didn't last time because you were following me, but inhale, half lift, lifting up your heart toward the ceiling. As you exhale, I'm going to walk my left hand to the toward my right knee, and right hand reaching back down my leg. So if I switch to the other side so you can see that, I'm twisted here. Keep lifting up as you twist. Keep your right foot flexed as much as you can. Finish your exhale. Release and unwind. Bringing your hands back to heart center. You're going to try not to shift onto your right hip as much as possible. Left leg is going to reach back and around. Wiggle your right heel in. Left foot is going to come to the ground. Use your hands to make adjustments if you need. We're going to, again, not shift forward as much as possible to push into your left heel. Lift back up through Shiva. Extend through Warrior 3. Soften your left leg. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. Transition to Warrior 2 on your exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back, staying rooted in your front leg. Inhale lifts you back up. Side angle, your choice. Maybe lit hand comes down, extending long. Only if your hips are allowing you. If you leave your hips up here, we're no longer in side angle. So lift up, bend down, side angle. Finish your exhale, come back through your inhale to Warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands down. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, shift forward, three-legged plank. Rooting your tailbone down, hug your lower belly up. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Feel the twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Come through your flow, shift forward to plank. Gaze forward into your chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Woo! Find some clearing breath. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Look forward, step or float, feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hands through heart center, Utkatasana chair pose. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine as you exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Feel your Utkatasana twist. Finish your exhale, release your gaze. Unwind the upper body as you inhale. Left leg will lift, right leg roots down for Ekapada Tadasana. Now all the options that we had on the other side. So if you extended the leg, try that again. Extending out in front of you. Opening out the leg or the knee to the side. Finish your exhale, bring your leg or your knee back forward. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, feel your twist, left elbow reaching back. Shake, 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 Sharona. One more exhale. Release your gaze. And then you're going to take your leg around the side to rotate into warrior three. Try not to lift your left glute. Just rotating, inward rotation of your left thigh to make it back to warrior three. Find that. On your next exhale, Shiva squat. Let your heel come toward your bum as much as you can. Bend into your right leg. Release. Again, exhale, Shiva squat. Release. Exhale, Shiva squat. Release. We're going to come all the way down, slow and controlled. Use your strength and the mobility to get all the way down. Keep your foot off the ground as long as you can. Slow lower down. I'm going to rotate myself. Right fingertips face away from the bum. Inhale, left arm high. Take your twist. Elbow to the outside of the knee. Finish your exhale, release your gaze, unwind. You're going to lift the right leg up, take it all the way around. Trying to reach the toes down, knee down. Adjust your pigeon. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, your right hand is going to walk toward your left knee. Your left hand is going to reach down your mat. And you'll twist. Trying to bring your right hip crease forward as your left hip crease goes back. Back toes can be tucked under or released down. Doesn't really matter. One more exhale. Finish your exhale, release your gaze, unwind the body. Try to use the strength of your outer right hip for this transition. Stay up and lifted as much as you can without shifting onto your left hip. Extend your leg out to the side. Trying to keep it up off the ground. Bring it forward. Left heel is going to slide toward your bum. Right leg on the outside of the left knee. Make any adjustments you need so that we can lift up through our Shiva squat. So again, shifting forward as little as possible. Push down to lift up. Lift the foot up off the ground as quick as you can. Maybe you have a couch to save you like I did. Extend into warrior three. Feel your left hip crease trying to reach down toward the ground. Bend into your right leg as you come into crescent lunge. I'm going to switch sides again. Rooting down through your tailbone. Feel your lower belly lifting. Take an inhale, lift your left hip as you rotate into warrior two. Strong through the front leg. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. Inhale brings you back to warrior two. Side angle on your exhale. Finish your exhale. Inhale back up to warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down. Last transition, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Shift forward to three-legged plank. Lengthen, take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest or nose. Release back to three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right tricep, squeeze. Release. Last one. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. And come through your flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in down dog. Finish your exhale. Come down to child's pose. Knees out wide, toes to touch. Take a moment. Finishing your exhale, go ahead and roll your way up to a seated pose. All right. We're going to take some floor postures just to kind of cool it down a little bit, and then I'll give you a decently long shavasana as long as you have time for that. So we're going to start with hugging the left knee in. Right leg is going to come on top. I'm not mirroring you. I just realized. I apologize. You're going to try to slide your knees so they're stacked one on top of the other, and then let your bum come back to the ground. So cow face pose, legs. So your right knee is on top. Your right knee might be up and lifted. Okay, that's all right. You're just trying to pull your right heel toward your left glute, outer hip as much as you can. So from here, we're going to inhale, arms high. Left elbow is going to cross underneath the right and wrap up like eagle arms. Take your elbows down toward your chest. Press your armpits down. Let your hands fall away from your face. And feel a nice stretch to your neck, shoulders there. You can look down, chin to chest. That changes it just a little bit, rolling your head side to side. Coming back through center, keep your arms, bring your hands back toward your face. You're going to lift your elbows up so that your elbows are about shoulder height. Let your hands again fall away from your face. And then you're going to begin to hinge at your hips, reaching your elbows over your knees, coming into a fold. So coming just as low as you can, letting your hands fall away from your head. Tuck your chin to your chest to finish your posture. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Let your hands come toward your head as you start to lift back up and unwinding the hands. Reach your hands behind you. Lift your chest. Gaze up and back. And release. We're going to switch to the other side. So let your left knee be on top. Hug your right heel in toward your hip as much as you can. Trying to stack your knees one on top of the other. Inhale, lift up. This time right elbow will come and cross underneath the left, wrapping up as tightly as you can. Press your elbows down into your chest, press your armpits down, and let your hands fall away from your body. Again, you could take your chin toward your chest, rocking side to side. Finish your exhale. Let your hands come back toward your head as you lift back up. Elbows are going to lift about shoulder height. Hands will again start to fall away from your head. As you hinge at your hips, reach your elbows over your knees as much as your body will let you. Hinging, folding forward. Hands again falling away from your head as much as you can. Curl chin to chest. Finishing your exhale. Soften your hands back toward your head as you slowly lift back up. Unwinding the arms, inhale, arms high. And then hands can come behind you. Lift your heart, lift your chest. And release. Unwind your legs. Take your legs straight out in front of you, shake them out. We're going to just do a forward fold, so make sure your sits bones are grounded. Inhale, arms high. And exhale, fold, reaching forward as much as you can. Feel free to keep a bend to your knees. Make sure you're feeling this in not just behind your knees. You want to feel it up into your glutes and your low back as well. One more breath. Finish your exhale, slowly release. Rotate to the other side here. And we're going to roll it all the way back down to the ground. So arms extended, you'll tuck your tailbone under, feel your belly button push down toward the mat, slow lower as much as you can, use your core to get there. And lay all the way back. Maybe you'll take happy baby legs, so bottoms of the feet coming up toward the ceiling, grabbing onto the insides of the arches, rocking side to side. Any other posture that you feel like your body needs, feel free to take it. We will meet in Shavasana when you're ready. Legs extend, arms open. Try to find the most comfortable shape that you can in your Shavasana. Be aware of your breath. Notice if you can allow your body to melt in about 10% deeper into your Shavasana. In your exhale, into all of the parts of your body that might still be holding on to tension, holding on to the work that we just did. Allow your mind to remain supple, letting go of any thoughts that might come in. Take 3 more breaths, allowing your exhale to sink you in just a little deeper. Begin to find some movement in your Shavasana, wiggling fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Take a good morning stretch, reach your arms over your head. Inhaling long and exhale, let it all go into the ground. Curl your way onto one side, using your arm as a pillow for a couple of breaths. And pushing your way all the way up For a seated pose, we will take 2 breaths together this time to finish out class. So with your hands at heart center, you can keep your eyes closed. You'll take a nice big deep inhale, getting as much air in as you can. Let's hold the inhale at the top, noticing space between your breath. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Hands up to third eye center one more time. Deep inhale. Holding onto it. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Truly, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for allowing your body to move with control, tapping into that control, being willing to do something just a little bit different, potentially. Thank you for joining me. Happy Friday. Namaste.